Hello everybody and welcome back to Supermarket Simulator. So between the videos I did one day so I could afford what we're doing today, and then I've just spent $24,600, so call it 25 grand on a new expansion. So 25 grand has won me this. Yeah, I've just spent $25,000 basically on this. Yeah, this tiny little space. I think they saw me coming, didn't they, really? So, yeah, we spent best part of 25 grand on that tiny little space there, because that's the expansion I wanted to do. I think I'm going to move the freezers in there, if they'll fit. I hope they will. It's either the freezers or the fridges that I want to put in there. I think the freezers make more sense to go in there. For now, we'll just have like a little freezer section. Obviously, the next expansion we do will be that wall. Then the fridges can go back against it. So it'll kind of keep similar look to what we have now, but the fridges and freezers will be more in line just over there. So I think we'll do it with the freezers. Let's start moving some stuff across. I should decorate it, really, shouldn't I? Do we decorate it first? Let's decorate it first. And then we'll move stuff around. You see fridges everywhere. We've got restockers everywhere as well. We've got a 5th restocker now as well. I hired an extra one to keep on top of things. We've got some more shelving in here as well. I had to get a few more just to get the restocker, but I've also filled this out now, so it's ready for when we get some new products later on. So this is all kind of future-proof now. We're good for a while in there, and hopefully we'll be good in here as well by the end. Let's buy ourselves some paint and some other bits and pieces. Market, paint. Was it 16? I think it was 16. I haven't painted for ages, have we? Pretty sure it's 16. To be honest with you, there's a possibility. Yeah, I've got some outside already. I thought so. I don't think there's much in this one. Well, not enough to do the whole thing, so we did need the other one. But hopefully we should. Yeah, we might just make that with one more. So the one I purchased might just get the rest of the way around. Good. Right, so that's that painted. We'll leave this over here, where the other one was. All right, so now I need some flooring. I think it's probably going to be 2 packs of floor, but we'll just buy them one at a time for now. Got to be careful with money. We are largely stocked. So I did a day off camera where I did some stock and then built back up the money that I needed. But we've got to be somewhat careful. I have got enough stock for the day, but probably not by a lot. So let's not go crazy with the spending. All right, so one more box of this. All right, do I have some of this? Usually keep that kind of stock outside. I don't think I do. We've got these boxes over here, but they're just... No, that's just shelving. Okay, so I do need to buy another one. Right, so that leaves us with about 5 grand for any stock issues we have later. That'll be fine. Right, this can live outside with the paint. I need some lights for in there as well, but we'll get those towards the end. Right, I think we'll move the freezers then, as I said. I think that'll be better. I think the same layout as well. I was tempted to go all the way around the edge, but actually I think that would be... I think it'll work better if we keep the same sort of layout. To be honest. But just move it in. Something like that, maybe. Because eventually I'm going to take that wall down as well. Well, most likely. That wall's coming down as well, and then the fridges will move. So it'll it'll work better once that wall's down. It'll look a little bit less cramped. But I think for now, I think basically that's kind of what I want to do with that space. And then we could move the cheese fridges could go over here for now. Then we've got this center floor space where we could either extend these aisles or, I don't know, make some different aisles or put the books over here or something like that. I think that's right, or do you think we should go against that wall? I think that's fine. It looks like it's a bit cramped in there at the moment, particularly as you walk through here. But I think that is actually fine. Because like I say, once that wall's down, it'll look different again. And that's kind of, I think, how it will be anyway. So I need a light for in there. Let's purchase a light. You know what I wouldn't mind for this game? Auto lights. You know, if your expansion just came with pre-fit lights. Because there's no variety in the lights you can buy anyway. Like if there were different styles of lighting, like if they had these type of lights, maybe they had like fluorescent bulbs and stuff like that, and you could choose the style of your lighting, that would make sense, I guess, that you purchase that yourself and make it part of your design. There's only the one type of light in this game. Why not just have it so it's auto done? So as soon as you buy an expansion, it's already got lights in it. Because it's kind of pointless, to be honest. Making the player do that, there's just, why? All right, there we go. I think that'll do. I do want some signs as well. I've decided it's time for signs. So they are a little bit expensive. 150 each. So 1, 2... I think let's get 5. A little bit expensive. It would be nice to have some signs about the place. So we'll have sign about there somewhere that says frozen food or something like that on it. Get the frozen logo. There we go. Keep the color scheme we've got going. I think the orange sign or a black sign with orange writing. Have a look at a black sign with orange. I think that looks slightly better. Potentially than the orange sign with, let's have a look. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm tempted to go black sign, orange writing, I think. And we're going to call it, we'll just call it freezers, I guess. With less ease than that. We don't need a freezer, but just a freezer will do. Freezer or frozen food? Do we have frozen food? Or frozen goods? I don't know how many frozen produce. The sign goes a bit small. We'll just have it as frozen then. We'll just have it as frozen. Where's my icon gone? I like to keep the big writing, so frozen it is. Frozen. Let's grab another one. Now, I don't really need one for fruit and veg. Can I put this outside? I can put this outside. Ooh, because I can place this anywhere. Ooh, I never even thought about doing this. Could sort of hang one from there. I don't know how it's going to look. Got to choose the right spot for this. It could go on an angle like that. It's got to look natural though as it hangs from the awning. It's got to look, those two bits of string need to hang well. At the moment that goes up against the side there. I'm not sure we need that after all, you know. think it looks better if it was sideways. How does that look if it was sideways? Maybe. I mean, you can see it's fruit. As you're coming into the shop, you don't really need to go, oh, fruit. You're not going to walk down here and go, well, I don't know what that is, and just walk in, are you? Nobody's that stupid. They're going to, you'd walk in, you'd see it. So you don't really need that. I don't know. I might put that in there at some point. We'll keep it in store for now. So we'll just have fridges just here. I mean, there's, to be honest, same thing just here, really, isn't it? You walk in, you go, huh, what are those things over there? Could they possibly be fridges? And then you see the sign and go, of course, they're fridges. These are more for products, aren't they? I mean, I've got that one just as frozen because it's like a mixed category. Really, I think in my first store, I did have, because I had signs before they were a thing. I remember having a mod that came with loads of signs, and I had signs for all sorts of stuff. So we had a cheese sign, for example. We had a frozen meat sign. We had loads of different signs. You can get a little bit too much. But I don't think these signs, I like them, but I don't think they, because the text goes so small. I don't know. We should list it as products though, shouldn't we, really? That's what they're for. So this would be meat, I guess. Right, it's mostly meat, isn't it? It's meat and quick meals. So we'll just have it as meat. There we go. Meat. Meat. Need a different colour for... Is that the same? Apparently that is the same. I walked away. I thought, oh, I've done white writing. Why have I done that? It's got to just be the reflection then. I guess it's the reflection from the light. We did it right, but yeah, whatever. I guess I could do dairy just there then. I'm going to need more signs. If I'm doing that, I'm going to need more signs. But what I don't want is I don't want it to become the most signed supermarket in all of history. I don't want like 1,000 signs in here because they're just a little bit big for that. That wants to be orange and that wants to be black. Still don't know what's going on. Do you think if I change that, that will... It's definitely done right. It is just the reflection. It just doesn't look as good. This can be dairy then. Have we got a sign for dairy? Got cheese there. Not really got a sign for dairy. Got that. It's got milk. It's the closest thing, probably. But the rest of it's not dairy. Wish you could have your own version of these or something. Well, it's kind of... It's close enough, I guess. So we'll just clear... We'll have this as just dairy. And then we've got the... We have to move the milk, aren't we? That's over there at the moment. So we'll go dairy. Close enough to what's in there. The cheese, I do want to move over here, I think, because it's just in the middle of the floor at the moment, which is less than ideal. So we'll move the cheese over here. Not ideal having this door here, is it? There is a mod that gets rid of that door. Because it is quite annoying, but we're just going to move things along a little bit, I think. Just to fit that in. There we go. Just squeezes in. Right, we've got a thing for cheese over there. I'm going to need some more signs. The signs will be an ongoing project. So what I was going to do is just do frozen fridges, then like dried goods, and then something else. But actually now I've started naming things a bit more. I'm going to need more signs. I think this is the way to go. This could be cheese. Right, so meat, dairy, frozen cheese. I'm just going to leave that as frozen. I'm not going to, because it would be a waste over here. We would have one sign for chicken, I guess. One sign for ice cream, one sign for potatoes, one sign for pizza. We'd end up with so many signs in such a small area. It'd be, I think that's just overstepping it slightly. We'll have a final sign. What do we... I suppose we could come down here, or we could... Quite like... sign there. See, I'd also maybe... Do we want a sign that says self-checkouts, or maybe a sign that hangs above here that says this is where you weigh stuff? That'd be good as well, wouldn't it? I think we'd need a bigger store for all of that, to be honest. Snack. Is there a snack sign? There isn't really a snack sign, is there? I guess, is that closest to a snack sign? It's got a croissant on it. Okay, well, we'll have that as a snack sign then. I'm just going to call it snacks. There we go. So we've got our snacks, meat, dairy, frozen food, cheese, and then maybe one day outside we'll put one for fruit. I don't know. We'll see. But that'll do us though, because I don't really want to spend too much money on that because we might need some stock. So I've got these fridges left over that obviously used to go along there like so, and now can't unless we create some sort of maze for people to walk down. Be a fun idea for a future, actually, wouldn't it? Not that I ever really plan to ever return to this game once we've finished this series. I think I would have played it to death by that point. But it would be interesting, you know, if you had like a maze that went round and it was a really odd-looking shop. You had a maze of shelving. I don't think AI would work with that. They'd probably just walk straight through it, to be honest. Let's move everything up. And then our next expansion, which takes that wall down, and then we'll shove everything in there for the fridge section then. Alright, let's keep this over here as well. We're going to have to move our signs along slightly, but that's fine. Still two fridges. I don't really want to move them up there too far, but I guess we're going to have to. How much is that next expansion? I wonder. Management. Growth. 31,000. Okay. What I might do, I might build up to that between the videos so we can have that, and then we can put the fridges. I might try and earn that 31,000 just so I can take that wall down, so then in the next video we can move the fridges inside there. So I think that's what we'll do. I'll build up to that 31,000 between videos. I'll just move everything up for now. Build up the money. Get the next expansion as well. And then we can put our fridges down there. Then they're out of the way. Right, that'll do for now. Sticks out a bit, but it's only for now. I'll move the signs along and then move them next time, because obviously if we're having a bit of a shift around next time as well, they'll need to be moved again, but for now they can just do that. All right, so we've got our meat and dairy. Like I say, I'll build up quite a bit between the episodes then, just so we can afford that, so then we can go through that wall. I think we're done for now. Let's just have a look to see what products we are light of. Hopefully not that many. And it doesn't seem to be that many, so that's good news. If I can get one of those, we can get a couple of those. That suddenly changed on me. And suddenly we need a few more things. Are the restockers still busy? I thought they'd finished. Are they all finished? That's weird. I wonder why that suddenly... Just purchase those. I don't know why that suddenly moved on me like that. Everything just jolted. Did I buy the same things? I must have done. And there it goes again. I hate it when it does this, because then you don't know what you're looking at. Because I just look at the numbers. I don't look at the products necessarily. It's not fill everything up. This is going to get expensive. Place those in storage. How are we looking now? Not bad. Okay. We'll roll with that. Let's open. We'll roll with it. So yeah, not too bad, but I do think we definitely need that next one along with it, don't we? So, like I say, I'll build up to the 31,000. It won't take that long, but it will take enough time to warrant doing it off camera, I think. So I'll build up to the 31,000, then I'll take that down in the next video, and then we'll be able to put our fridges on that back wall and possibly round in a cove. Or something along those lines. So that could be our fridge, and then we've got our freezers. And then we've got our aisles for everything else, which can come out a little bit more now as well. So we could bring the aisle down to here or something like that. So we can have these extended. And that might be enough. That might be enough. There's a possibility that might be enough. We'll see how it looks, though. I want it to look good as well. But I do want to do it in as little expansions as possible, purely because, to be honest with you, I'm not going to put me saving up for 5 or 6 more expansions into videos, because they would just be, I don't know, I think they'd just be too long. Like, it takes a very long time to do that sort of thing. Okay, so why is he doing that then? Why is he now picking stuff up? I have seen them around here before doing that. Have they discovered a magic portal here where they no longer need to go? And then they walk in there anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So I don't know why they're doing that. Because as you can see, I have nothing on these. So in the past, I've noticed them doing that before, obviously, over time. And in my first series of this game, I remember having some stuff over there. I think it was vodka or something, and they were restocking it through the wall. Like, just started firing across the screen. But we have nothing on those shelves, so there is nothing within reaching distance for them through that wall. So you could imagine, like, if I had stuff on there, they shouldn't do it, but I can understand why they do sometimes. But since I've got nothing on that shelving at all, that's kind of weird. You see the size of those pizzas he's getting out of there? They all stretch when they pick them out. I've never noticed that before. Never really seen them pick stuff out of the freezers. 113. But when he was picking pizzas up there, they were like doubling in size. They were like 40-inch pizzas he was grabbing out. 64 cents, thank you. $92.53, thank you very much. $95.64, thank you very much. Hello there, sir. Did you like the new signs? Did you notice them as you were walking around picking your pizza up? Did it guide you to your pizza, sir? And your meat? Hopefully it did. $2.75. You know what they should implement? You know, like in if you've been watching my candy shop series. So, like, when the customers come in there and then they sometimes go, oh, where is such and such? And they ask for where a product is and you have to go and show them where the product is. It'd be nice if that was in this game. And then as soon as you purchase signs, you don't have to do that anymore. So people come for you, or as often, I should say. So people come to you for assistance, saying, oh, where is the Mountain Dew, for example? Can you point me in the right direction? So early in the game, you head over to the Mountain Dew and say, here it is. Here's the Mountain Dew. And they can go and purchase it. But then when you get signs, more people will then read the signs and go, the Mountain Dew must be over there. So then they go and find it themselves, and then it's only the occasional person that asks for help. That'd be something extra to do. You probably get bored of it, but it's an idea. $13 and $54. Thank you. Well, we've made some decent money. We're back nearly at 10,000, so it's not going to take me too long to save up between videos. But I will just do a few days and save up the money. We're ready for the expansion in the next one, so we can get the drinks sorted. Hopefully, well, the fridges in general, actually. Move the fridges around. And hopefully, once I've done that, we'll be approaching level 70 or so, ready for getting some more products on shelves and things as well. 2634. $78.37. Still plenty of people outside getting the fruit. I think we're getting towards the end. Can't find onion. We've probably sold out of it. I didn't really look at that screen much since opening today. Just been serving people. I'll have to get some more stock between the videos as well. Couldn't find melons. Yeah, probably sold out of those too, sir. I've got to stop the restockers doing this, though. What did he just grab? What did you just grab, sir? You just grabbed... I can't actually see what this is. Wait for him to... OxyClean. Right. So he's just Has he got some in his... Right, so he's still got some. Let's see where he's taking this OxyClean. He's going to ping this through the wall. So he has picked that up from here. So on this... Is that because then I put this shelf here? So maybe? Because I've got this shelf here... Let me just close a second. Sorry about that, I'm busy. So because I've got this shelf just here... Are they then... And this one here... They're then going, well, I can't reach it for some reason, so I'm just going to stand as close as I can, which for some reason is there and not just like here, and then beam it into my hands. I appear to have unlocked some sort of restocking glitch that is quite useful. Because they're not having to travel as far to get that box, although they often come back in here anyway for their next item. Kind of weird. But then when they walk down there and they grab other things, it's just that... Is it just that shelf, maybe? Well, it seems useful, so I'm not complaining. That seems a useful thing to have, doesn't it? Where they can just walk over here and then just grab boxes. So, right, I think we're done. I think there's just a couple of customers up there, so it's not a problem. So yeah, I think, like I say, I'll build up some cash. So we're only about 15,000 away, so I don't need to do that many days. But I'll do a few days, build up the cash so that we can get that wall taken down. And then we'll have a fridge section over there. Then we've got our freezer section and our cheese. And then maybe we can have a few extra aisles to about here or something sticking out from these. Perhaps. But obviously we can go down that wall as well with some more shelving. And we'll see how we go from there. We might have enough stuff. Well, enough shelving to cater for at least the next several licenses. Right, I think we're done in here. Let's see how well we actually did. 92 satisfied customers. 9 products not found. 5 were found expensive. Interesting. I wonder what they were. 5 were found expensive. Well, I'll look into that. I don't know what they... Unless they were all still testing the waters with the papaya. So could be papaya. Obviously, we lost money because we spent a fortune today, but we're generating decent income now. So things have turned, I think, now. We're starting to make decent money per day, even versus the stock losses. It seems to have turned a nice corner, so hopefully that will continue. I think that will do the video, though. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like. Consider subscribing to and joining the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you for another video very soon.